you may not know this, but I moved to Colorado from the East Coast. But when I did, my skin changed almost overnight. It started to feel tight and dry and maybe flaky in places like it had never been flaky before. And although I was drinking a ton of water, and moisturizing, nothing was working. I remember thinking, what is happening to my skin? And this is really before I understood Colorado's climate and just how harsh it can be on your skin. 16 years later of formulating, I know exactly what is happening. And more importantly, I know exactly how to fix it. So if you live in a dry climate, or if you live here in Colorado and you're mystified by your dry skin, this one is for you. Here's what's actually going on with your skin. Colorado is at high altitude. Most of the Front Range is between 5,000 and 8,000 feet of elevation above sea level. When you're in that type of elevation, the air holds less moisture than it does at sea level. So less moisture means your skin is constantly losing moisture. There's something called transepidermal water loss, which is really prevalent here in Colorado. And it's basically like the environment is dehydrating your skin. The low humidity combined with this transepidermal water loss, I think the humidity averages around 40% here or less. Plus, if you factor in the UV rays because we're closer to the sun, and we do tend to have sort of a windy climate here, that is like the trifecta for dry skin. So that's why in Colorado we are seeing drier skin pretty much for everyone. We don't really have oily skin here. So your skin barrier is constantly shedding water. Your skin barrier's job is to hold water in the skin and keep irritants out of the skin. If your skin barrier is getting compromised because of all the factors that I talked about here in Colorado, it leads to dryness, which can lead to sensitivity, which can lead to redness, which can further lead to irritation. And we do tend to see a lot of rosacea here in Colorado because the skin barrier has been so compromised over time that it's really damaging the skin. And it's not always due to climate. Some of it is due to genetics. But I wanted to mention that I have seen people have sensitive skin, which leads to rosacea eventually because they haven't managed to keep their skin barrier intact. So if you live in a dry climate, it is super important to pay attention as to how your moisturizers are made, what they're made from, so that you can understand how to get moisture back into the skin. We know our skin is made mostly of water. Water in our formulas is not a filler. It is purposefully and intentionally put in there to help rehydrate your skin. Then we use oil-based ingredients, and the oils or emollients are there to not only help soften the skin, but to help keep that moisture and retain that moisture in the skin's barrier so it will help keep it strong. You're looking for moisturizers that have both water-based ingredients and emollients or oil-based ingredients. You want to find a moisturizer like ours that is using the least amount of emulsifier possible, and preferably no additional waxes or fillers. When we put wax in a formula, it ends up sitting on the surface of the skin. It doesn't allow those good ingredients to penetrate the skin barrier. So we want hydrating ingredients that penetrate the skin barrier and oil-based ingredients that seal that moisture in. And that helps the skin barrier function the way it's supposed to function. Plant-based ingredients tend to be the ones that closely match our body's chemistry. So those ingredients tend to be absorbed into the body quicker and easier than other categories of ingredients like mineral oils and things like that. You need to make sure that you're using good quality moisturizers that don't have fillers, that don't have a lot of wax in them, that contain both water and oil-based ingredients. My personal preference here in Colorado is to layer your moisturizers. A lot of times that starts with a serum. So serums can also be water-based or oil-based or both, emulsified. There are lots and lots, endless amounts of serum formulas. We have an emulsified serum, which has oil and water. We have several oil-based formulas. So the idea is to get a serum that starts your layering of your moisturizer and then put the heavier cream-based moisturizers on top. So that way you're getting lots of good ingredients and a moisturizer that sort of seals in the hydration and moisture you just put on your skin. And we have 2 moisturizers, and a lot of people get confused what to use and when. The truth is, you really have to listen to your skin. What is your skin telling you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how dry is it? As you're younger, you have the ability to hold more moisture in your skin. Your skin barrier typically hasn't been as compromised yet. As we age and we come through perimenopause and menopause, your skin gets extraordinarily dry. This is all my ladies I'm talking to that are postmenopausal. So if it is, my secret is to, again, layer moisturizers, and occasionally I will put both on. If my skin is feeling really dry, like let's say I was at the gym and I was in the sauna or, sat in the hot tub or something like that, boy, your skin feels crazy dry after that. So I will put a serum on, I will put my face cream on, and then I will top it with the beauty balm. Now, typically, I design the beauty balm to really work more at night because your skin is regenerating overnight. And the beauty balm contains vitamin C. It's a plant-based version of vitamin C, so it's made for sensitive skin, and everybody can benefit from it. But it is definitely a heavier, thicker cream. And so if you sort of have medium to dry skin, you can certainly use the face cream during the day and the beauty balm at night. But if you're like me, there are days where I feel like I just need both, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to really pay attention to what your skin is saying. But I hope that helps clear up some of the mystery around how you should approach dry skin. Where are you at in your journey with dry skin? Are you sort of just approaching dry skin and you need to keep moisture in your skin? Or are you like me and it's like, wow, my skin is super dry? Listen and pay attention to what your skin is telling you. And I hope that helps you understand our dry climate here in Colorado and why it is obscenely dry here. It's nothing that we've done. This is just simply the climate that we're living in. I'm going to go ahead and put links in the description to both our face cream and our beauty balm because I know they will help you battle your dry skin. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. I look at, read, and I will answer every single question that you have. I'm here to help you with your skin. Thanks for watching.